Hugh d'Avranches, also known as Hugh the Fat or Hugh the Wolf, was the second Norman Earl of Chester and one of the great magnates of early Norman England. Early life and career. Hugh d'Avranches was born around 1047 as the son of Richard Le Goz, Viscount of Avranches. His mother was previously identified as Emma de Conteville. However, C.P. Lewis, author of Hugh's entry in the Oxford Dictionary of National Biography, states that the identification was made on the basis of unsatisfactory evidence and that his mother is unknown. Hugh inherited from his father a large estate, not just in the Avranchin but scattered throughout western Normandy. The Avranchin is located on the Cotentin Peninsula of northern France, just east of Mont Saint-Michel. It is among the areas granted under the Treaty of Saint-Clair-sur-Epte to Normandy by the Kingdom of France that had previously belonged to the Duchy of Brittany. Hugh became an important counsellor of William, Duke of Normandy. His father contributed 60 ships to the invasion of England, and his presence on Senlac Hill in 1066, if not proved, was possible. His father remained in Normandy both to protect the duchy and because he was Earl, so Hugh may have been his representative at Hastings. Earl of Chester, Hugh was given the command of Tutbury Castle in Staffordshire after Duke William became William I of England. In 1071, Gerbod the Fleming, 1st Earl of Chester, was taken prisoner at the Battle of Cassel in France. Taking advantage of the circumstances, the king declared his title vacant, giving Hugh the earldom. The new earl was also given palatine powers in view of Cheshire's strategic location on the Welsh marches. On Hugh's promotion, Tutbury and its surrounding lands were passed to the Norman knight Henry de Ferrers, who had also fought with William at the Battle of Hastings. In 1082, Hugh succeeded to the title of Vicomte d'Avranches. During his lifetime, the Earl founded the Benedictine abbeys of Saint Marie St. Sever Calvados, Normandy and St. Werburgh in Chester, as well as giving land endowments to Whitby Abbey, North Yorkshire. Hugh remained loyal to King William II during the rebellion of 1088. He later served Henry I as one of his principal counsellors at the royal court. Wales. Hugh spent much of his time fighting with his neighbours in Wales. Together with his cousin Robert of Rhuddlan, he subdued a good part of northern Wales. Initially, Robert of Rhuddlan held northeast Wales as a vassal of Hugh. However, in 1081 Gruffudd ap Cynan, king of Gwynedd, was captured by treachery at a meeting near Corwen. Gruffudd was imprisoned by Earl Hugh in his castle at Chester, but it was Robert who took over his kingdom, holding it directly from the king. When Robert was killed by a Welsh raiding party in 1093, Hugh took over these lands, becoming ruler of most of North Wales. But he lost Anglesey and much of the rest of Gwynedd in the Welsh Revolt of 1094, led by Gruffudd ap Cynan, who had escaped from captivity. Norwegian invasion. In the summer of 1098, Hugh joined forces with Hugh of Montgomery, 2nd Earl of Shrewsbury, in an attempt to recover his losses in Gwynedd. Gruffudd ap Cynan retreated to Anglesey, but then was forced to flee to Ireland when a fleet he had hired from the Danish settlement in Ireland changed sides. The situation was changed by the arrival of a Norwegian fleet under the command of King Magnus III of Norway, also known as Magnus Barefoot, who attacked the Norman forces near the eastern end of the Menai Straits. Earl Hugh of Shrewsbury was killed by an arrow said to have been shot by Magnus himself. The Normans were obliged to evacuate Anglesey, and the following year Griffith returned from Ireland to take possession again. Hugh apparently made an agreement with him and did not again try to recover these lands. Marriage, death and succession. Hugh, due to his gluttony, became so fat that he could hardly walk, earning him the nickname of Le Gros. He would also earn the nickname Lupus for his savage ferocity against the Welsh. Hugh d'Avranches married Ermentrude of Clermont. Hugh and Ermentrude had at least 7 children: Richard d'Avranches, 2nd Earl of Chester, who died in the White Ship disaster of 1120, Matilda d'Avranches, Maud d'Avranches, Robert Fitzhugh I, Hugh d'Avranches II, Helga de Covelli, Geva d'Avranches, married to Royal Justice Geoffrey Riddle, who died in the White Ship disaster of 1120. Geva survived her husband and later founded the monastic house of Canwell Priory in Staffordshire. There is some question as to Geva's legitimacy. Hugh is credited as siring children to many mistresses. His allegedly illegitimate children include Robert d'Avranches, Ottiwald d'Avranches, governor and tutor to King Henry's sons, married to Marguerite, daughter of Eudo d'Apofa, steward to William the Conqueror and Henry I. They had one son, William. Ottiwald died in the wreck of the White Ship. Geoffrey d'Avranches, Robert d'Avranches, Fitzhugh, Baron Malpas. He received many of the local manors held by Edwin, the last Saxon Earl of Mercia. Edwin was the grandson of Leofric, Earl of Mercia. Leofric had been a holder of the Saxon title Earl of Chester. Hugh fell ill and became a monk in July 1101. He died 4 days later and was buried in the cemetery of St. Werburgh. He was succeeded as Earl of Chester by his son Richard, who married Matilda of Blois, a granddaughter of William the Conqueror. Both Richard and Matilda died in the White Ship disaster, and Hugh was then succeeded by his nephew Ranulph le Mechene, Earl of Chester, son of his sister Margaret by her husband Ranulph de Briqueset, Viscount of the Bessan. His nephew also removed his remains and had them reburied in the chapter house of Chester Abbey.